Hey there, it's Laurie here. I'm stopping in today with a card using the new set Mega Greetings 4. I have several other things in my stack, including the Mega Bliss die, Bold Bunch stamps and dies, the classic striped stencil, and of course Mega Greetings 4. Mega Greetings 4 has lots of sentiments, including the large Blessed and Hope, but today we're just going to be using one of the small sentiments along with the Blessed die. Next, I'm going to adhere my stencil to my workspace with blue painter's tape. I'm going to attach painter's tape on each side of the stencil to make sure that that paper won't move. I'm going to grab my ink blender brush along with Morning Frost Altenew ink. This is a really light ink and it will be great for adding in some stripes behind the Mega Greetings Bless die. So I'll just add a little bit of ink to my blender and just swipe this side to side, going along the grain of that stencil, that way it doesn't move. I'm just going to add a few light brushes across the top, and this reveals some pretty amazing stripes. The great thing about this piece of plastic, I can just move that workspace off to the side. I already have the Bless die cut ready to go in white cardstock and in fun foam. So if you can see here, I have a pen and I'm just making sure that the fun foam stays in the negative. That way, that intricate die doesn't take it on a different shape and it's easier to adhere the cardstock to the foam. Just by pressing the pen through those holes, that piece of fun foam will stay all in one piece. Next, I'm going to take some liquid adhesive, add that to the front of the Blessed fun foam piece, and add in the white cardstock. Because I'm using liquid glue, it makes it easy to slide the cardstock around on the fun foam to ensure that all of the intricate pieces of the Blessed die are covering the fun foam below it. I'm going to set this die cut aside and let it dry while I work on the next step. I'm going to grab a scratched piece of paper and stamp several of the blooms from Bold Bunch. I have my Altenew ink here that I keep in this little tin, all lined up and ready to layer. My goal is to have several die cuts ready to tuck in behind the Blessed die on the front of the card. I have several blooms picked out from this stamp set, and of course several different colors of ink. The Altenew ink makes it so easy to layer and build beautiful blooms. I have pink. I'm going to pick out some orange colors, some yellow, and of course several leaves to tuck in behind the flowers. This bloom is my favorite from the set. It's a two-step stamp to create an adorable flower. The bottom is sun-kissed. This second layer of ink is orange cream. I'm going to go ahead and stamp a few more images and then we'll get ready to die cut. Each stamp has its own coordinating die. They fit perfectly around the image. It's so nice to be able to look right through that open die, line it up, tape it down, and cut it for the perfect die cut every time. I'll go ahead and run this cardstock through so I have the blooms ready to go. Next, I'm going to take the Blessed die and pop it out of the fun foam. I gave it a little bit to dry so it should come out in one piece. I love how the fun foam adds dimension on your card right behind that cardstock. Once I got to looking at the striped background that I created before, I thought it might be just a little too dark for what I was wanting it to look like. So I took the brush, I didn't dip it in any more ink, and I ran it through, this time gray cardstock on that same stencil for a lighter stripe. The great thing is now I have another background to use for another card. Next, I'm going to line the Blessed die up, see where I want these blooms to go, and tuck them around the die cut. Before adhering the flowers to the front of the card, I'm going to go ahead and tuck them behind the die just to make sure I have them right where I want them. I've layered up several colors and the leaves just so I have a really colorful card front. Now I'm using some tape runner to glue the flowers down. This way if I need to peel them up, they'll still come up before they become permanent. Next, I'm going to take the Blessed die cut. Using some more liquid glue, I'm going to add that to the back of the fun foam and adhere this to the card. Again, that fun foam layer creates a dimensional look for the main die cut and really pops off the front of the card. The last detail to add in is the heat embossed sentiment from the Mega Greetings 4. I'm going to stamp the words simply on this black cardstock and heat emboss it with white embossing powder. Once I have that heat embossed, I will trim the sentiment down to add to the front of the card. I'll just layer it with a little bit of foam tape and place it right above the die. That's it for this card today. I hope you've enjoyed my card. Stop over to the Altenew blog to see more details, plus 2 other cards I've made using the Mega Greetings 4 stamp set. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.